Okay, well, welcome once again. It's an honor and a pleasure to be able to sit down and have a talk with Jessica Rodriguez. She is the lead singer and amazing musician of a trio, right? That she forms part with, the Braided Janes. We would like to welcome her and give her a warm welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Jessica.
Pleasure to be back.
Yes, definitely. So I'm
Happy
gonna
to
go
be
ahead and
here.
show. I'm gonna go and show our viewers pretty much what is it that the reason why we're here today, right? We're here because you're about to release your new album, right?
That's right. Thank you for putting this visual together for them to check out. That's our band right there, the Braided Janes. We're a trio. And yeah, that's our album cover for Renacer, our second album. It's coming out
Awesome.
this Friday.
The 22nd, right?
That's right.
Awesome. And what is the name of the title?
So it's Renacer, which is like rebirth or to be reborn. And that's something we kind of set out to do musically with this album. And we hope you guys can feel that. Did you have a chance to have a listen?
Yeah, last time we talked, I was able to sit down and listen to your Por una Mujer, and that song just stuck on me. It was beautifully written, the sounds, the lyrics, the beat, and I think we had spoken last time that there was a connection to Colombia, right?
Right. We recorded over there, so maybe you could feel some of that. I guess like tropical a little bit in the album, in the music.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to produce this new album, Renacer?
Oh, so it was the recording and all that was really fun, but then when we came back, it was like, oh, we have to work virtually, so it took a lot of back and forth in time, but it was really cool that we were able to kind of co-produce the album from Chicago, and like taking it, like being able to collaborate together with such a great producer, and have him like take our feedback and put it all together. And so it took a while. It did take a while. Definitely, we recorded it in March of last year, and we're happy to have it all wrapped up now, and finally hitting publish or sending off the music. Like, yes, here you go, little music babies into the world.
How time consuming, how stressful is it to write, to compose an album? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, the writing is the fun part. I think the writing comes so easy. Like some songs we write in like the sitting and we were having a jam session, and the song just came out that way, and all we really have to do is go back and revisit it, make sure it has everything we feel it needs. And so the conception of the song and the writing of the song is fairly simple and fast for us. Well, not simple, but it comes easier because we have a really good connection with one another as a band. The part where we hope to eventually refine is like producing ourselves and recording ourselves, just to kind of help take that leap faster, because it's hard when you work with a larger team. You have to work around their schedules and things like that, versus when you have your computer and you have access to your files and you control your time. Like, eventually we hope to facilitate the actual production process and the execution of getting it from where we wrote it to getting it to the listener. We want to make that time, we want to shrink that down. So that's what we're working on. That's probably one of the next chapters, is producing ourselves or co-producing ourselves from our home studio.
May I ask you, how many songs does this album have in total?
Yeah, so it's 7. We've released 4 of the 7, so you had a chance to hear Por una Mujer, No Puedo Más, Mi Canto, and Paraíso. And we hope you like the remaining 3. Tu Boca, we have Ritmo, and Un, Dos, Tres.
Yeah, I've noticed that the titles to your songs are like one word. Not very hard to like not forget the name of the titles, and I think I like that because sometimes the songs can have a lot long titles, and it's hard for you to remember, and you remember by one word.
Yeah, I know. We should have thought about that one with our band name. That's the lengthy part. The Braided Janes, ya, ritmo. Para que se les haga más fácil.
Wow, that's great. So may I ask you, in this album, was it you or Julie that or Andrew that wrote the songs, or just you by yourself?
A lot of the times we write them, like I mentioned, like together as a collaborative. Por una Mujer, I wrote myself and then presented it to them. Sometimes it's that way. Sometimes Andy might write something and present it to us, and then we develop it. Por una Mujer, that was one of those where I got really inspired on guitar and then took it to practice, and they loved it. Yeah, the lyrics I write. The lyrics are my songwriting, and then the music we usually do together.
And what are you guys releasing it?
So yeah, it'll be up this Friday, September 22nd. And then we'll have an album release show on the 23rd, the following day, at the National Museum of Mexican Art here in Chicago.
Wow. Awesome. Are you going to be releasing it to all the platforms pretty much?
Yes, you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all of them. We're everywhere. Just search the Braided Janes.
Yeah, I know. On this one, I remember also tagging it with lasjuanas. Right? Are you also known lasjuanas?
Yes. Así nos dicen de cariño. That's like our nickname for the band. It's like pretty much the second band name, really.
Lasjuanas, yeah.
Lasjuanas, yeah. Las Juanas Trenzudas. Mm-hmm.
I think last time I spoke with you, I had told you that I had seen Las Cafeteras, and here in Houston, and in that band they have a couple of male musicians in there, so that obviously caught my eye, and it's like you guys are the second band where I noticed that there's a male musician, but with typically a feminine title for a band, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's true. It never bothered Andy. He didn't care. He's like, it's okay. I remember when we picked the name, we're like, is that gonna bother you? It's like, the name has a lot of meanings anyway. So, but I finally got to see them, Las Cafeteras, at Latinx, and they're so good. I loved it. I just love wonderful energy, beautiful energy, and message. I'm a sucker for a good message in a song. So just seeing how upbeat and powerful that was really cool. It was nice to experience that.
Yeah, fíjate que I just had a conversation with Pedro Verdes, guitarist from Nunca Jamás, and I was telling him that one thing I like about music and musicians is that you all have a chance to channel out a lot of great messages and great energy, and in this case they're big on being proud of being Mexican and being Hispanic and being raising that flag not high, and I like that about your music, that you guys write music with passion, music with a message.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really important. It's really empowering, not just as a musician or a singer, but I think it's empowering for the listeners too, because it's a reflection of Yeah, man, I am powerful. I am this, I should be proud of this and proud of who I am. And that's awesome. I love that about music.
And the thing that nowadays is that nowadays you have a lot of music that's just written with no message, with no, I guess, with no end in sight, and then a lot of it promotes, violence and, dare I say, racism and sexism, and it's hard sometimes to really, I mean, sometimes you listen to music just to listen to it because it's got a good beat. But whenever you listen to music and it has a message worth listening to, and then it makes it worthwhile.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I always appreciate a song with a good beat, but a good beat and a message close to my heart, but cherry on top for sure.
That's what I keep preaching to my kids. I have my daughter. She likes los corridos tumbados. It's hard to compete with that because that's basically what is the in thing now. And I keep telling her, look, this music, it has a nice beat. And I took her to see as a father, right? As a father who supports her daughter's musical choices, to see Fuerza Regida, and it's got a good beat, but I mean, just listen to the music and you'll see that it talks a lot of not very positive things. And I keep telling them, look, sometimes you just have to sit down and just enjoy the music for what it's worth. It's value, and just music that comes from you guys, that comes from the heart. You really do appreciate it from a listener's perspective.
Yeah, I think I think it's really important that you let them listen to what they want to listen to, but inculcarles eso. I feel like my parents did that a lot with me and my siblings, where they were like, listen to this song and listen to this message, and it really helped me process music differently. So my musical preferences growing up were like everybody was listening to the top whatever, and I was like, God, I don't know. Like, don't you guys listen to Pink Floyd? I don't know. So it's important, and I think that'll help them when they grow up. Processing information in general, like always paying attention to the message is really important.
I keep emphasizing that that she needs to have they need to have like an open mind. Like my channel doesn't really focus on just rock, and people are like, you listen to rock and banda and hip hop, and I'm like, it's music. Music is everything. And I like to keep an open mind. But like I said, it's all the more better whenever the music has a positive message behind it.
Definitely. And especially when it's what your kids are listening to, right? Like, you want to make sure that they're listening to something that's going to build them up or make them feel good about themselves, or not put bad ideas. But así es. We can't control it. We could only, show them the way.
Yeah, you can't control it.
Example.
But exactly, yeah. And that's what I keep emphasizing. I appreciate life, appreciate music. And it's the message that I've always had with you guys is like, thank you so much for taking the time to write music. It makes our life as listeners much more interesting, because without music I don't know where I would be. I'm not a musician like I've always emphasized, pero pues yo creo que fue una vida muy aburrida, muy seca. Recently I've seen Sin Bandera, I've seen Jerame X, Mapa Básico. I just saw Maná, Karin León, Fuerza Regida.
Okay.
I'm like, dude, you go to a lot of music concerts. I'm like, I can't help it. That's like my addiction, music, live music.
It's a good addiction. I think that's a great addiction to have. Why not? It's good for you. No estás nada malo la música. Al contrario, it helps you let things loose, and it's a healthy addiction.
I just finished seeing a band, Strangelove, which is a Depeche Mode tribute band. I caught a No Doubt. I mean, these bands that I'm able to catch live, I'm like, for me, it's like, it's a way for me to help, give them a little push. And that's the reason why I like discovering new bands. And once I discover them, like listening to them, and then se me quedan, and I download the music on my Apple Music, and me la llevo. Así me la llevo.
Nice. That's awesome. I love Depeche Mode. Yeah, that's so cool.
Depeche Mode.
It's one of our influences for sure.
Wow. So what's the plan with you guys? I know you guys are going to release your album on the 22nd. You have a listening party on the 23rd, which is what, Saturday, right? Do you have any current plans on like continuing your tour, maybe visiting other cities again, or what's the plan for you guys?
We want to. So we're just trying to wrap up. This has been really the focus of our attention has been the show and the album release and the corazonmigrante tour that we're also wrapping up. We have a couple of stops in Wisconsin in October for an early Dia de los Muertos celebration. And then they changed the date to November 14th. That will be in LA for our last States show through the consulates. Before, I believe we're going to be in Los Pinos in Mexico City in December. It looks like that they need to confirm that, but that should be where we're finalizing the tour because it did. Yeah, we kind of made our round, went through Mexico, came back, and then kind of want to finalize it where it started.
Wow, Los Pinos. Wow, the Presidential Palace. Nice.
Yeah, they're awesome over there. It's surreal. It's been really cool, to be like part of the network for El Consulado Mexicano here in Chicago. I don't know how they found me the first time, but they had us perform for a Mujer Migrante event, and from there they just kind of had us in their network, and then by way of them is how we were invited to Mexico City and then Tijuana for their like annual artist convention where they invite artists from all over the states. Every consulate. I walked you through that before, but yeah, it's like a whole thing through them, and so we're honored that we were taken into consideration, that they've taken us there twice. And Junie was able to learn a lot about our culture too. My wife is Ecuadorian, but she's learned so much along the way, and she really, really appreciates it, the culture. And it's really nice.
Are you guys planning on maybe having like any like dates in Mexico or other than Los Pinos, like in Monterrey or any other city like that?
I would love that. My dad lives in Monterrey. That would be cool. Vámonos a el concierto. We are totally open. Being an independent musician is like, that job doesn't stop, So the tour tentatively will end in November, December, but I'm already kind of looking into, who we might tour with this coming year and see what we can team up with. Yeah, para seguirla. And we definitely want to come back to Houston, that's for sure. That's like top 3 that we need to come back to.
Yeah, well, I would love to see your performance live. Honestly, yeah. Just from the little that I've heard from you last time we interviewed, I'm like, man, they have such a nice beat. It te mueve, o sea,
thank you.
Te levanta el ánimo. I don't know how else to describe it. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I still am, and I can't wait till the album comes out on 22nd on all platforms.
Yes, thank you. I hope everybody feels the same way. That was the feeling behind this album, just to be uplifting, and maybe you hear it on a bad day or a good day and it makes it even better. So qué chido que lo siento por ti. And I hope your listeners feel the same way, and if they do, pues déjenos saber, @braidedjanes, lasjuanas.net, como gusten, búsquennos. Volteenle y ahí vamos a salir. Send us a message. This year's been a confirmation that we're on the right path. As an indie artist, it's always that internal struggle you have. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this, a lot of questions and things that come up that you just have to, you give yourself your own kind of like, yes, pep talk, yes, we're fine. We're doing good. Yeah.
I guess imagine
cuando ustedes nos dan feedback así.
I imagine it comes with the torch.
Right? When you guys give us feedback like that. Oh, sorry. Yes, it comes with the territory. Artists are so hard on themselves because I teach painting classes as well, and like that's what I've learned. If I've learned anything about people, that we are all so hard on ourselves. Even the people that you think like they're like really solid and like all stern and stuff, dude, they're insecure too. Everybody's insecure. It's normal. Like just as long as you're true to yourself, se te van a abrir las puertas. If you're doing things for the wrong reasons and doors aren't opening, well, like reconsider things. Like make sure you're doing things from the right place, and sometimes people are doing things from the right place and doors don't open. And to them I say just be patient, porque we were patient for a long time. We've been doing music since 2012, so we're getting a lot of beautiful feedback, but toma su tiempo, whatever it is, que sigan adelante con todo, ¿no?
It's like everything good comes with its sacrifice. That's what I keep telling my students. Is like, if it's free, it's probably it came from somewhere. Right? Everything comes with a price. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. Everything comes with a price. And I keep telling my students too. It's like, if you guys want to do something, háganlo de corazón. Que les nazca de corazón, para que les salga bien hecho, machín. Les digo así. I tell my kids I'm getting mad. That's how my mom taught me. Is like, you're gonna do something, algo de corazón, y vas a ver que there will be never a day in your life that you're gonna work if you do it from the heart. And I think that's right. That you all have as musicians, right? You do it from the heart. You write from the heart. And then you perform. 100%. You perform, leaving it on the stage. So it's like, what more do you want? Hold on.
It's okay.
Okay, I had to put it on a quick mute.
It's okay.
But yeah,
but I agree.
Very excited. You guys are releasing that second album. I'm hoping that you guys have infinite success with it. Man, if you guys could mount a killer tour here in the United States, believe me, it would be nice to see you on stage. I was going to ask you, how many songs do you have in your album that are English and in Spanish?
In the new album, they're all in Spanish. In the first album, it was mixed, yeah.
Mixed. Okay, and in what language do you prefer writing in? Is it? ¿Cuál de los te gusta mejor escribir? ¿Los dos?
Pues yo creo en español, pero a veces, también me identifico mucho en inglés, so tiene que ver. I feel like there's more passion in Spanish, but sometimes I'm more eloquently spoken in English. So it's that. I like doing both. Because I like when people understand it too. So sometimes, it's one or the other. Sometimes they only speak one or the other. So I love expressing myself in both. Yeah, for sure. Pero Spanish is, yo creo, más. Pues is my native language, my first language. So más como de casa, ¿no? More at home in Spanish.
Sí, yo les digo a mis hijos, siendo bilingüe, pues siempre es mejor porque entiendo los dos idiomas, los hablas. And to be able to listen to a song in English and in Spanish is a beautiful thing because, sometimes you're limited to a specific language, pero si escuchas los dos idiomas, hombre, imagínate, las puertas se te abren.
Yeah. Eventualmente me gustaría tratar de, no sé, como traducir algunas canciones que ya hemos hecho. Pero como tenemos tantas canciones en espera, pues ya dices, ok, un día lo voy a hacer, pero primero grabo esto. Te digo que tenemos muchas canciones como piled up that we're like, oh, we really need to work on this. The creativity doesn't stop, so you almost have to punish yourself to not write music. Like Andy comes to practice and he's like, okay, I'm just going to show you this one thing. We don't have to do anything with it. I'm just going to show you. And of course, it's like a banger, like a great song. It's like, I'll see you in 2025. Like,
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's so cool.
It's fun. It's fun, but like I said, like getting that time between the idea and getting it to you guys, that's the challenge we're overcoming.
Have you had any like nominations for anything like that, maybe, in your years of writing music?
Yeah, like we got some award called like a IMEA award earlier on for like our first album, but they're a little bit smaller. I mean, we would love something like eventually. At some point, I was really, really wanting it, and now I'm just like, you know what, la verdad, I'm not like, I would love a Grammy, but I'm not chasing things, like just chasing being true to myself. Y, si les gusta y ahí caen las puertas correctas y le escuchan y les gusta, pues bienvenidos. We would love one. But yeah, it would be nice.
That would be nice. Yeah, I imagine that something like that's like every artist's, I don't want to say crowning jewel, right? I mean, at the same time, I guess writing your own music, producing your own music, that would be more of a crowning jewel. But having, say, oh, I was nominated for a Grammy or won a Grammy, and at any, level, whether you write it or you produce it, I mean, that's gonna be pretty cool también. I don't know how it feels, but I imagine it would be kind of cool.
Cierto. Pues ya veremos.
Yeah, todo en su tiempo, ¿verdad? Como dice mi mamá, todo en su tiempo. Como dice, aunque te muevas el camino, si te toca, te toca.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was nice working with a couple like Grammy award-winning producers too, like working with Encerrito Records, like, they were awesome, and working with Christian Castaño, that's really great. Pero nosotros estamos preparando para grabarnos nosotros.
Yeah. Yeah, me imagino que cuando estás bajo contrato con una disquera, ¿no? A record agency or whatever, you have to produce so many albums, so many songs. But if you're an independent band, it's different, right?
Yeah, todo tu paso, todo tu medida. And that's how we're doing it. We're excited. I'm glad. I'm happy where we're at.
Bueno, pues me dio un gustazo platicar contigo de nuevo. Jessica, te deseo lo mejor a ti y a tu banda. El 22 de septiembre, el viernes, lanzan su segundo álbum titulado Renacer en todas las plataformas digitales, con 7 canciones, primero Dios, todas en español, ahí para que lo estén buscando en sus redes sociales, en Facebook, en TikTok, ¿dónde más?
Instagram, en YouTube, en iTunes, en todos lados.
Así es.
Spotify.
Spotify, all the platforms. Búsquenos como The Braided Janes, lasjuanas.
Así es.
Bueno, y
muchas gracias.
El 23 tienen un album release party, si Dios quiere, ¿verdad?
Sí, así es, si Dios quiere. En el Museo Nacional de Arte Mexicano, con Niña Dios, Mariachi Sirenas, DJ Sandra Treviño, un fashion show con Julieta Zavala y nosotros, las Juanas Trenzudas, tocando el disco por primera vez.
The icing on the cake, como te dice, ¿eh?
Thank you. Yes. Un evento de fiestas patrias con un elemento LGBT y pues con las mujeres sobresaliendo, porque hay que crear esos espacios, because ya sabes, when you got to create opportunities for yourself and for the people around you, porque cuando uno va para arriba, pues nos vamos todos, o sea, sí debe ser.
Así es, en este mundo hay para todos, como dice, ¿verdad? La cosa es, pues, simplemente agarrar un poquito de ese pedacito de pie, ¿no? Como ese es el dicho, y pues... Te deseo lo mejor, Jessica, de todo corazón. Aquí tienes, pues en lo que se pueda apoyarte, se te apoya de todo corazón. Te digo yo, aprecio su trabajo, aprecio su intención, su corazón, su pasión por la música y sinceramente si llegaras a estar aquí en la ciudad de Houston, Texas, pues con mucho gusto voy y te apoyo en lo que sea. Simplemente que se haga la fecha y aquí estamos al pie del cañón, ¿eh? Igual que las demás ciudades, si es que se llega a hacer algo.
Sí, bueno, ya se ha dicho, ya hay que ponerlo en el calendario. God willing, make it happen, and Houston will see you soon.
Así es. Bueno, pues gracias a The Music Joint, The Music Joint Entertainment Group, por permitirme platicar con músicos y artistas como lo que es Jessica Rodríguez. De todo corazón se les agradece a The Music Joint por esas oportunidades. En mi vida pensé que iba a andar aquí a alguien que no tiene o sea, no toco un instrumento, pero sí siento la música en mi corazón. Y eso es lo que yo creo que me ha abierto las puertas para poder practicar con músicos como Jessica, The Braided Janes, Nunca Jamás, División Minúscula y otras bandas que The Music Joint me ha permitido platicar en forma de entrevista y pues también poder asistir a sus conciertos. De todo corazón se le agradece a The Music Joint por esas oportunidades y no olviden seguir aquí a Jessica Rodríguez en sus redes sociales, a su banda The Braided Janes, lasjuanas, y los vemos después. Jessica, te me cuidas mucho.
Bueno, muchas gracias, un abrazo. Nos vemos muy pronto.
Primero adiós, Jessica, primero adiós.
Así es. Hasta luego, un saludo a todos.
Hasta luego. Ándale, bye.
Hasta luego. Bye.
Bye. Pues así es, banda. Gracias.
Estamos en contacto, ¿eh? Un abrazote.
Igualmente. Gracias, muchas gracias, Eliana.
Ahí estamos, bye.
Bye.
Sí. Ya me estoy.
Ok. Pues, ya saben, los pueden seguir en nuestras redes sociales, Facebook, Rockfest Houston, Twitter, Rockfest H, or X, Rockfest H, Instagram, rockfesthoustonradio, TikTok, Rockfest Houston, o igual que YouTube, Rockfest Houston, donde van a poder ver esta entrevista con esta magnífica música, artista Jessica Rodríguez. Con mucho gusto síganos, compartan nuestro contenido, nuestras entrevistas, que siempre se hace esto de todo corazón. Esta cachucha de aquí, como ya ven, y esta camisa también, orgullosamente han ido a 15 festivales de música, muchas de las veces como regular o igual también como persona regular o medios de prensa. Siempre agradecido en poder asistir a un festival de música, a los eventos cuando soy invitado, y de todo corazón se le agradece a The Music Joint Entertainment Group por esas oportunidades. Se me cuidan mucho y al rato lo vemos, banda. Cuídense. Bye.
I'm getting it, I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding when I time. Taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see it simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb, I'm wrong, it's my fault. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow